And I want you guys to understand that she felt like I was insulting her because I called her
Oh, some of my camera.
a property manager at a project. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great.
All right. How old are you?
28.
28. Let's reset. So we're talking about, is it better to rent or to own?
Um,
Men,
I'll say
men are asking the question, is it better to rent or to own? What do you think? What
I
do you
would
think
say
men should do?
ownership, but I mean I can say what I want to say without me having the ownership, right?
Hmm. So you think it's better that men marry a woman than rent her?
Oh, for men?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say rent too, yeah.
Okay. Okay, but why
But
would you?
like some men like stability, so
Okay.
they
Why
wouldn't want
then why would you say if it's okay for men to rent? Why would you say then women own? Aren't those two things backwards?
yeah, but
What?
men and women are like different, right?
Yeah.
So men probably don't have the same thoughts, I guess, in some way, like a woman.
Mm.
Not saying they don't want stability, but like men are. I
In
don't know.
what?
I say they'd rather rent though.
Why do you think that is?
Um, I have no clue. I promise you, I don't know.
Well, let's go back to 50, 70 years ago. Before 1965, the black community was married at a rate of 80%. So 80% of the men were owning. Why we made it a rate of less than 30%? Why are men now renting?
Like, cause the women values or something don't went down. Well, I know for sure it don't went down because I was raised by
Mm.
my grandmother, so we are totally different. So
I'm saying, do you think men are different today or are men responding to women?
men are responding more to women. Women are totally different.
So you say that men would rather rent. I think men would rather own, but there's just nothing, the market doesn't have a lot of ownership worthy women.
Okay, that I can understand. Okay, yeah, that's what. Okay, yeah, that's what I can see. That one. We
So
don't have.
what?
Okay, yes, but
So
it's
what?
some. Well,
Go ahead.
okay.
Go ahead. Go
I would
ahead.
say it's some women that's worthy, but it's like
Okay. Oh, so serious question. Do you think that we have enough women who are ready to be wives for men who are ready to marry?
no.
Okay. So saying that there's some women does not do anything about the demand. If men are ready to marry, if 100,000 men are ready to marry and 50,000 women are ready to be wives, what happens to the 50,000 men who don't get a wife? What are they supposed to do? Good question.
Yeah, so that mean that leaves them to settle.
Settle or go to another community and find another wife.
Oh, that's what's going on though. It's happening right. Like that's what they doing.
Are they doing it because there's enough? Why do you think they're doing it though?
Because we're not giving them what they deserve. I guess right now.
I'm just asking. So what do you think of when you see a black man with a white wife?
Um, I mean, I don't. I'm not into it, but I mean, see, I was raised by my grandmother, so
Mm-hmm.
my grandmother didn't like white folks.
Okay, what's some of the things? Do you think, oh, that's beautiful?
No.
Okay, so what do
Well,
you
I
think?
never dated outside my race, so I that's from my point of view. I don't know.
Oh well, again, because there are more men looking for wives than there are women who want to be wives. So there are twice as many men that are ready than there's women. So you don't have to date out of your race. You got plenty of men to pick from.
Okay. Yeah.
So if 50,000, if you got 100,000 men and 50,000 wives, if 50,000 with this 50, there's another 50. They either get nothing or they go someplace else to where women are wives. So when a black man goes to get one of these wives, you shouldn't be like, what's wrong with him? You just said it. You don't have to date out of your race because there are plenty of men who want relationships.
Yes.
So when you see a black man with a white woman, do you get mad at black women?
No, I don't get mad.
No,
I'm
you don't. No, of
personal.
course you don't. Of course you don't. You get mad at the black man. You get mad at the black man. Why ain't you with a black woman instead of saying, damn, we failed another black man. Damn.
Oh
You
yeah,
don't go
I never looked at it from that perspective.
of
Honestly,
course
I
you
haven't.
don't. Of course you don't. So, of course, you don't go back to your sisters and like, damn girl, we lost another one. We need to do better.
No, but now I do. Like since I've been watching you, I've been no, no,
But seriously
honestly,
though,
no, honestly, I swear I've been stuck. Like I'm listening to you, I've been stuck. But since I've been watching you, I just been like, I'm like, oh wow, like I ask myself a lot of questions. So I've been dying to get on this live to. I'm like, so what would bring up a value? Somebody who's
okay,
like a girl, she's coming up, she got questions. Okay, how do they become this person? Like, how do I
okay,
be this woman for this man? Like, how do I
okay.
become or
All right.
like?
Well, before I answer that, before I did this, I did a Patreon live stream with my Patreon folks, and I talked to men, and all the black men on there still want to be with black women. They don't want to date out, but they all say the same thing that there are not enough women who want to be in relationships and wives. Um, so how do you be? Uh, how do you be? I don't know. How old are you?
28.
28. Um, well, who raised you? Were you raised with your mother and father?
No, I was raised with my grandmother and my mother and father, but really my grandmother raised me.
Mm-hmm.
But my mother and father was
Was it
around.
your grandmother and your grandfather, or just your grandmother?
My grandmother.
Execute Order 66.
How old is your grandmother?
She passed when she was 85. She was born in 1930.
Execute baby boomer. Oh, sorry, that's before baby boomer. So here's the thing. What men want in general at all levels is cooperation. Cooperation. If you watch the conversation I just had with that woman, what do you think it would be like trying to cooperate with her?
Yeah, she listened to just respond. She always want to be right. A lot of people don't take accountability on just like, you know what, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Like, and that plays a bit wrong. Like,
90, 70 to 80% chance he's going to be in the top 1/10 of 1% of earners. I'm like, so cooperation serves so many benefits in relationships and out of relationships. So I focus on active listening with men and understanding. You need to study men. You need to study men and understand who we are. Men have been told we got to study y'all, but y'all are just now coming into the knowledge that y'all need to study us back. That's number one. Number two, fitness. Fitness is important to men. So, I asked those questions. Height, weight, dress size.
what did you?
How tall are you?
I'm like 5'4",
Dress size?
like a 14. I know I was definitely not fit.
Well, the thing is, that is something. Do you have any children?
I have one daughter. She's 8 years old.
All right. So as a mother, that is one thing that you can do something about, and that's a habit that you need to start building with your daughter, right?
Yes. No, I really have. I really have. I literally just bought a blender. So I said I'm going to start my juicing and go to the gym at least 5 times a week, like you say.
But the thing is, fitness is, see, we have lost a lot of middle class relationships in the Black community. Black people who earn over a certain amount of money, marriage is becoming more of an elite institution in the Black community. Like I tried to tell that woman the last woman, that 50 years ago, we'd have had middle class people with middle class people. But now we got women who only want to marry guys who are up here. Where are all the wives for the electricians and the plumbers and the truck drivers and the regular guys? Um, it's like every woman wants to live rich. Okay, fitness is critical, and especially as a woman with a child, you gotta bring that to the table. That's what's going to happen. Where's her father?
Um, he's in her life. We not together though.
Okay,
Like he's a great father. Like
okay. Well, do you want any more children?
with the guy who I'm dating, yes.
Now you married. So I always say sit down with a therapist because it doesn't hurt to just get like a mental checkup to see where you are to see any potential issues. But yeah, that's why I say fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive. I always throw childless in there, but that's not there. So there you go. You got it. But dress size 6.
I got to get down to a dress size 6.
You don't have to. You're trying to get no man either.
I'm just saying for the out. If I want to come out for the outside, where I need to go to the gym.
I'm just saying that I want you to go back in your family photo album, and I want you to show me the women who were 200 pounds. I want you to show me the women who weighed more than men at the same height. That is not who we are as a people. A 5 foot, my grandmother was about a couple of inches shorter than my grandfather, but she weighed less than him. I want you to look in your own family photo. Go back and watch Soul Train reruns. Y'all are not supposed to weigh more than us.
So what if I do surgery? No transfers, no nothing.
I don't. Why don't you just do? No, we don't like surgery.
No.
No, because that means somebody buy you, you're gonna blow up. No, my man wants you to make. See, being fit means you're under some sort of discipline. That means you're living under some sort of rule, structure.
Yes.
And if you can't live under the discipline of a diet, you can't live under the discipline of a man. A man wants a woman who's self-disciplined. To be able to, I'm not going out with my girlfriends and I'm coming home. No, you can't DM me. No, you can't do that. A woman who says no to the world and yes to him. A woman who says no to her urges. Ooh, that looks good, but I don't want
learned
to.
something else. A woman who says no to the world and yes to him.
That's it. I mean, so, and the first thing, I say this often. Women tell men what they think they deserve. Women tell men what they think men deserve by their appearance and their attitude. So in our community, a lot of women tell the black men they don't deserve shit because they're big as 80% of the women are too big. And then even if you say something, the attitudes are out of line. You can't weigh more than a man. A man wants to pick you up and carry you across the threshold. You know what I mean? That ain't what we do.
So if I get into the gym 5 times a week, I go to eat and clean and all that. How long you think it's gonna take me to get to a dress size 6?
I don't know. You take that up with your personal trainer. That's not my job. but you tell me what's the downside of living a healthy life at a nice healthy weight? What's the downside of less stress on your knees, on your heart?
Oh no, I actually been.
I mean, the point is, it's not just
for like a week, and then I stop and I know. So I was saying
that's what
the word discipline. I read the practice. I need to practice discipline because I don't have enough discipline for me to be a woman. That's like that's whack to me. I think like a woman
high value women have discipline.
Yeah, so that's why I kept checking myself, and then this guy, he actually checked me. Like until I met this guy, and I started listening to you, I never even thought the way I thought. Like he made me. I'm like, hey, I need to go see a therapist. I want to be a better woman for him. And when I watched you, it's like, yeah, I need to go be this. I need to go to the gym. And then he been a vegan
for like. You need to be a better woman. You have a daughter, right?
Oh yeah, for myself also. But I'm saying like, I know, of course, for me as a woman as a whole, without my daughter, just me, and then plus for my daughter also. But I'm just saying like I didn't understand.
Your daughter, girls look at how their role models interact with men as well. So that's why I say start with Therapy is always a good place. The fitness is something you can start on immediately. And then cooperation, and see, the cooperation really just means interacting with somebody in good faith. That's where cooperation comes from. You know, doing something because you want an outcome or something, that ends. But if you do go into it with good faith, you can have a lot more patience. Anyway, I got to get out of here. I'm gonna talk to you later.
Okay.
Bye bye. All right. So, ladies, cooperation. See, I reflect energy. You know, ladies, cooperation for average. If let's just say you're an average looking woman, cooperation goes a long way. If you're an average looking woman and you have a good attitude and are willing to, like I say, tell the world no, tell your man yes, that goes a long way. I said this to some ladies this week. Men want to feel special to you. So I ask you ladies, when's the last time you wrote your man a love letter? When's the last time you did something for him that's only for him? Only for him. And this is why I thought that conversation I had with the first lady was so sad. It's like so many of our women would rather do all of this struggle and this and that, da, 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 versus if you would learn how to cooperate with a man, you would have a better life. I'm going to tell you, when I was coming up, we struggled. And the life my mother has post-marriage until now is 180 degrees different. Lived in houses and rental houses and apartments. She got married afterwards. And all see, you ladies don't understand how hard you're making life because your big mama made you think relationships are so damn bad.
Execute Order 66.
I don't like being right about some of these things, but that first conversation had it all. Well, I'm going to go out and live my life and do what I want to. And at the end of the day, my kids will take care of me. That ain't cool, people. That ain't cool.